some money's going into the reserves also.
That'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I think your priorities are wonderful. Our water, boiler, roofing, because you don't want to take a chance on missing a day of school.
Right.
Or 2 days or whatever, if something goes haywire. So that's good priorities. And the roof, yeah, that's, without a good roof, was that fixing anything inside here, really?
Okay.
What does all this add up to? I mean, approximately.
It's approximately $195,000.
What do you have as your number 8 district office building?
That's a sprinkler system.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Is that part of what we have to put in to
Well,
get that landscaping for?
We're gonna put in for the landscaping, but this is
Separate?
separate on top of it.
Yeah.
We're talking about some controls for the pump, for the well, and controls for the sprinkler system.
Because they have their own well over there, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Will it be, the roofing, we've just checked with this one local fellow, Guerrero. Would it be worthwhile to get somebody else to look at it?
I'd have somebody else give me a bid on it.
Because, you know, if you save $10,000, 3 boards, or, but I don't know if it's possible.
We can do that.
John, I think it's important to, I'm glad, I think it's commendable that we're managing the budget that we do have at the end of the year monies like this. Because unless you put something back into these facilities every year, short of asking for a levy, you know, it's just gonna cost you a lot more down the road.
You know, Mike, when I was hired on here 5 years ago, you know, there were some things that stood out. One was the building was dirty. The contractors that they had cleaning the building weren't doing the job they needed to be doing. And so we worked very hard to get that corrected. But I honestly believe that, you know, you have to try to manage your monies the best you can and try to have monies at the end of the day to take care of the facility needs, because the facility needs are the things that tend to get second thought. And boy, I never dreamed the amount of money we would be sticking into this place. But in the last 5 years, we've stuck well over $750,000 into this facility. And people would say, well, what have you done with it? Well, if you opened up the walls and you started looking at the wiring that's been put in, the telephone systems, the fire alarm systems, security systems, it's amazing what we have now. The place is night and day. And I will say this, I'm very proud of this school because I had an opportunity to go through that new building down in Stevensville, and I took a look at their facility. And after I got done with the green as ambi look on my face, like, oh my God, you got this for their classrooms and that, this, that, and the other. Some things stood out that were very obvious to me, that tell me we're doing it right here. Number one was, during the tour, they said, now here are the system controls that we have. Each teacher can turn the thermostat up as high as they want in their room. So if one teacher wants it at 80 degrees and the next teacher wants it at 65, they can do that. And we have the unit ventilators in each room to do that. Well, we have that in our building, but we invested in an electronically computerized controlled system that costs $400,000 to install, that manages our heat for us. If a room is cold, we're talking to our maintenance supervisor, why is that room cold? We have all the systems in place to manage it for the teachers so that we don't waste energy. In that new building, they didn't invest in that newer technology. So that just told me, you know, we're trying to do things right here and trying to make the long-term investments and strategies that work. The lockers out here, that we're buying. We're buying all welded steel lockers that really will last. You could go with the lesser model if you want. But, you know, I think, you know, you want to invest for the long
Get
term.
much greater.
So, you know, I appreciate Mike's comment.
Well, you just have to, you always have to be putting money back into the facility.
You know, speaking of the heat and stuff, it's always frustrating to me if you drive by the school in a part of the year where you need heat, and you see different classrooms with the windows open. And you wonder if that teacher is, if the kids are too hot or what the deal is, but on this front row by the highway, you see the windows open.
Business classroom's too hot, period, all
Because
the
of the
time.
computers.
Because of the computers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it heats up really bad. It could be the coldest day out there and it is hot.
Yeah, and she's wanted air conditioning, and we just have never put it on. I guess that's a conversation we're gonna have to get to one day, is getting air conditioning for those computer labs. But right now, we have other things. I mean, I'd honestly tell you, next year, I could see storage being a huge issue. Didn't include it this year, for the reasons you stated, Mike, about what we're using our boiler room for. But my idea on that storage is, I would like to get somebody to come in and pour a 28 by 52 slab of concrete. And then to get a contractor to come in and say, he'll work with our shop kids so that they can learn how to stud a wall, how they can learn to put it up. And then he can show them how trusses are set with his crew, and have them set the trusses with his crew, with the kids seeing that, but have them build that. But I think it needs to be built in a way where we have some heat in it, so that some of those things we need to store, like paint and stuff, can be stored out there. You know, those are things I'd like to see, so.
Weren't we having a shed built to get all that athletic equipment out of the back hallway of the gym?
We're just not there yet.
We're not there yet?
We're not there yet. That's, we were going to last year, and it's just, we have to come up with the right situation.
Okay. Because I know we talked about it this time last year, and we hadn't.
We have to have the right partnership with the contractor on it, overseeing it. Because we've torn down sheds on this property that the kids have put up to salvage the lumber, because they're kids, they don't know how to do it the right way. We need somebody who can help them. And it's not just that teacher, it has to be more than the teacher doing it.
Okay. Do we have a motion to, and follow the priority list that we have? And if at all possible, to, you know, to include all of the items that have been listed. If not, to go with the priority. That was an-
Also move.
Second.
Further discussion? No?
Yeah, well, what's a brand new boiler, just like the one that's working? Do we know?
Never priced a brand new one
It's pretty major.
Yeah, you're,
You'd have to pass a levy for that.
yeah, you would.
Well,
They
they-
make them now that, they make new boilers now that are the same output as the one you've got that's working, but it probably looks like it's about a third of the size. It's amazing how they.
The energy
technology.
efficiency is so.
Well, it would be
It-
nice if, you know, of course, that we could get ARA monies or grant monies to be able to, which we can only.
Well, there is a
that's our-
grant coming up in November. The application's coming out for it, and I plan on getting that application and working on it, because I believe that's gonna be probably the way you get into it. And I've learned from the last 2 grant cycles, the things that we've done right and the things that we've done wrong with our application at the Department of Commerce. So this next time through, we should be much more competitive.
Okay, any further discussion? Call for the question, all those in favor?